Guys, we've seen the feedback. You guys have been saying that Thornetica's combat, while really great, could use a bit more of added complexity. So we've delivered. Now each unit has a different movement pattern, however, you can only move one unit per phase, but don't panic, combat has been streamlined, making it much more fast-paced and matches are overall quicker to get through. This is truly a landmark innovation of the SRPG genre as we know it, a revolution one might say. Now, some astute fellow might point out that this is quite literally just chess. And they would be correct, yes. It has been long since I've added any form of minigames to Thornetica. If we count dating, that was 6 months ago, and if we don't, then the last one would be Pool some 7 to more so 8 months ago now. Truth is, since then, development time has been focused on the front stage, and what little has gone into the backstage has been 2 letters, UI, a lot of UI. I've been so much time has been spent on doing the UI. But with the front stage progressing rapidly, you guys all know if you've played the demo, which if you haven't, you can try out for free on Steam, link below in the description, go play that, it's super cool. If you play the demo, you know that there are 3 chapters in the game, 3 acts, those are 3 maps of strategy goodness, but around 9 exist currently inside of the game's files. That doesn't mean that they're completely finished and iterated, but we're on it, so it's progressing at a decent pace. So after wrapping everything up with the demo and emergency patches that came through on the following days, I turned my sight towards the backstage. Because I've been procrastinating translating the game into Spanish, which is something that I should probably get to now, but we'll do it, it's coming. You know, lazy does what Toby don't. That was a joke, So why would I add a chess minigame into the game of all things? Is it because I couldn't be bothered coming up with something original? Yes, kind of. I mean, not fully. This could be the last backstage minigame for Thornetica. I don't want to set anything in stone, but honestly, I've had a blast doing every single one of them. If I could, I would love to add more, but if I want a chance at releasing this year, I can't get distracted with these things that are honestly just meant as a bonus, kind of a core part of the experience, but not really. My point with these minigames, which at first might seem a bit out of place, or like, wow, why is this guy spending so much time making accurate pool, right, is because if you played Persona or Fire Emblem, 3 Houses for instance, you know that when you do an activity, you don't actually do that activity, it just so gives you a text saying that you've done the activity or how you feel after doing the activity. There are some exceptions, but usually if there is any playability, it's very limited and subdued, and I feel that's a shame, because with games that have so much more budget than myself, they could stand to add something. I guess maybe some people are not really into that, they rather just manage their time and spend their time. Okay, so now in Persona I go to the arcade and that gives me courage, and that's it, and I don't have to play a minigame to get that courage. But I feel it loses a bit of charm. In my opinion, there's nothing like going to an arcade in a video game and actually getting to play the arcade and you're like, that's pretty dope that they did that, and it felt like a really good use of the launch backstage area to justify its existence in the game, right? And initially I specifically wanted to do 3 minigames, this is not counting the dating, because each one should be tied to one of the 3 social stats that the game has. So right now pool increases honesty, air hockey increases camaraderie, and chess is meant to increase maturity, right? So these are your social stats that will help you progress further in your relationships with other characters. Additionally, I was inspired to do chess because I was planning out Archie's storyline, and Archie is a chess teacher in a kids academy basically, and I thought it would be cool if it tied to Archie's support storyline. This is something very this is something that happens very often in Persona Confidants, where they usually teach the main character about a certain skill they specialize in. Of course, this begs the thought, it'd be dope if each character had their own associated minigame, right? You, in Wolfgang's storyline, you play a fashion minigame. In Noah's storyline, you play a football minigame. In Nico's storyline, you play a gardening minigame, or a graffiti minigame, or something of the sort that actually connects back to their storyline and their personality. I would love that. Part of me hasn't given up on that idea because it sounds plausible to my mind. Like doing like 8 more minigames doesn't sound like completely unfeasible. It sounds crazy, but still plausible. But for now I have to step aside and stop myself and remind myself how much work still needs to be done in other aspects of the game. But that's enough justification of why I chose to do chess. Honestly, my mind kind of works like this. If I get my idea on something, I just do it. I think there's something beautiful about that, because Thornetica as a game would not have existed if it went for that philosophy. Let's dive into how the chess itself is programmed and built into the game, right? So, first of all, I have to give a huge shout out to Cat O'Clock, who made an open source local multiplayer chess framework for the Godot engine. Next time any smartass asks me why I'm using Godot to develop my game, I'll reference to this. So, this framework was very well made. It included functions that analyze the board and return every legal move a piece can make. It handled complex chess mechanics like castling, which is when you can move your king and your rook at the same time like this, only if you haven't moved any of them yet. En passant, which is a very weird fucking mechanic that looks like a glitch and allows you to capture an opponent's pawn only if you have only if they have doubled the move landed adjacently to yours. Then you can swoop in diagonally and somehow take them out, even though it doesn't make much sense. And promotion, which is the rule that states that when a pawn reaches the opposite end of the table, it gets to promote into any other piece you want, except a king. Right, and this framework is so good. It's really good work. When your king is in check, it forces you to move it, just like in real actual chess you do, or if you've played any online chess games against an AI. So it was amazing. This saved me tons of work, weeks of work really, but I was still going to have to modify a lot of things. It was still going to have a challenge, which I like that, of course, because as I've mentioned, this chess framework was purely multiplayer, and I have to somehow make an AI that personifies Archie and plays the game. So it's not going to be as simple as Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. The objective of an AI wasn't to make a 2800 ELO chess master, but ideally something that could be fine-tuned to create different difficulty modes and would sort of give the idea of a human player. And you can even add human mistakes in there, though Archie is meant to be quite good at the game, of course. I'd want Archie to try to teach Gerard chess, and so he starts by playing really basic and dials it up as he gets better at it, right? So basically my first approach worked like this. Each turn the AI can analyze the state of the board and collect a list of all the legal moves it can make. Then it can pick a random move out of this list of moves. We have the most simplest, dumbest approach of machine playing chess, basically. It plays by the rules, but it doesn't follow any sort of strategy or really knows how to win at all. But now that we have these bases, it's actually really easy to make the AI follow a strategy. All we have to do is tell them, okay, don't pick random moves, pick moves that are good. And so we have to tell them which moves are good. We have to award points to the different moves it can take, and therefore tell it to always pick the move that will earn the most points. This is something called a min-maxing algorithm, a greedy algorithm that always chooses the best possible solution. So if we tell the AI that capturing a pawn is worth 1 point, capturing a bishop or a knight is worth 3 points, capturing a rook is worth 5 points, capturing the queen is worth 9 points, and capturing the king is worth 100 points, then it'll actually start taking out our pieces. Of course, this AI will never pass up the chance to capture our queen or put our king into check if it can. However, it lacks a major component of human players, or, well, yeah, intelligent chess playing as a whole, which is looking ahead. Right now, playing against this AI feels like playing against a suicidal player. It will trade its queen for a pawn because it doesn't care about defense, it only cares about offense and taking out your pieces. Fixing this isn't too hard as well. It's about making the AI act more human, and if a human sacrifices its queen for a pawn, you tell them, hey, you have to consider what your opponent is going to do on their next turn, not just what your turn is about or the current state of the match. Right, so if we had to translate this into our min-maxing algorithm, if we had to tell this to the AI, we'd tell it, hey, I know in this turn it looks like you gain 1 point because you took out this pawn, but in the next turn you're going to lose your queen, which takes away 9 points, or you're at a net negative of 8 points after this. Since the AI is smart enough to calculate the best option it can take, it can also put itself in the place of the player and calculate the best option the player can take. Then all it has to do is look ahead a couple of turns and see if the action it's going to take is more likely, if the game is played optimally, to lead to a positive net win outcome of points or a net loss outcome of points. This is very powerful because it can make the AI make purely defensive plays, like moving its rook back to its rear line to defend it. Of course, elite chess players can pin you down from a single suboptimal play and put you in checkmate. This is because of their insane foresight and, of course, how much they've memorized and interiorized the different openings and gambits of the game and can recognize positions that will lead to favorable outcomes. If we wanted this AI to be cracked at the game, all we would need to do is allow it to analyze 3, 4, 5 turns in the future. Every single move you take, the AI is instantly analyzing the state of the board in the next following 5 turns. This won't be necessary for Thornetica, even if 5 turns doesn't sound like a lot. Trust me, it is. The AI will never make some sort of mistake. At least as a novice chess player, and I don't really know what I'm doing a lot of the time, I can outsmart the AI if it's going for like a 1 turn or a 2 turn even, but I've lost to this AI a couple of times as well. So for what it's meant to be in Thornetica, which is a casual experience and it's contextualized as this guy who isn't really trying his hardest, he's just trying to teach a beginner chess, I think fewer turns are necessary. It's not necessarily to dial it up, but we can work with different difficulty modes. And that's Thornetica's chess minigame. I added some over-the-top animations for game feel with some epic visuals to really stimulate your brain. I also made Archie and Gerard commentate on the state of the match to keep the player more immersed, and I think it's a lot of fun. Matches go by super fast, and I had my doubts at the beginning, but it's my favorite Thornetica minigame thus far. So those are my ramblings about making chess inside of Thornetica. I hope you learned something. I definitely did. Comment below other minigames you would like to see, even though I've said in this very video that I don't want to, that we may not put any more minigames, but if enough people ask me for more minigames, then I'll be able to justify it and trick my brain into actually doing them, because I want to do them. I really want to do them. But yeah, that's all for this video, this devlog, and I'll see you next time. Lazy Game Dev out.